Oh, I ain't even check my lipstick. What's up, everybody? Let me put some lipstick on. I just got done eating. I ain't even freshen up my lips. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon, good evening. Happy hump day to you all. Hello, hello, hello. I see Diamond Pearl. She was the first one in the room, honey. Talking about some, oh, Lord, here we go. Oh, Lord. Hey, little baby. What's up? Hey, Amir, Xavier. Hey, Miss Bowen. Creative Diva, Miss Trisha, C. Golden, Alikala. Hey, boo. Adria. Am I saying that right? Adria. A happy hump day to you all. So how you guys doing? Hey, Ebs. I know you pulling double duty, honey. What's up? Give me shelter. Child, I was on my way home. I got caught in this storm. That's why I'm a little late today. It was storming. Honey, I couldn't even see in front of me, child. I had to put my hazard lights on and go slow. So I just got done eating my dinner. How's everybody doing? So we, before I forget, at 8 o'clock from 8 to 9, we're going to be over on It's Me D's channel. Tonight is the finals of the Masked Singer. So we're going to see who wins, and we're going to see if we were right about all of our guesses. There's only one that I'm still on the fence about, but I'm pretty secure in most of my guesses. And I think It's Me D is locked in on his guesses. So we're going to be over there from 8 to 10. So we're going to go ahead and get in where we fit in here, honey. So thank you, Miss Abby. Thank you, girl. So, and it was funny. I was trying to do that before I went live, but I was like, I had like 10 minutes, and I was like, because, child. So I'll do it when I get off here. So let's get into it. First of all, before we get into the mess, let's talk about a little black. This is a black man magic. It's not black girl magic. This is a little black man magic today. Before we get into the mess, honey, I want to get it right. Chadwick Boseman is being named. Howard University is renaming its College of Fine Arts after the late actor Chadwick Boseman. If you guys remember, Chadwick is a graduate of Howard, and he gave the commencement address a few years ago, and he gave a really good commencement address. And unbeknownst to us, at the time that he gave the address, he was actually battling colon cancer, which eventually took his life. So I'm here for it. I think it's a great accolade. I'm sure that his family will be delighted with that. You know, that's wonderful. So we're gonna start with that. I didn't put this in the headline, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't put this in my title, because whenever we talk about this particular person, my videos don't always get monetized. So I ain't put them in the title. So we're gonna see if they play games with this video. So yesterday the announcement was made that the New York District Attorney has convened a grand jury to sit to hear the evidence against 45. It's going to be a 6-month grand jury, so don't get excited, y'all. Don't get excited. His nephew's girlfriend was accepted to Howard. Oh, my nephew's girlfriend was accepted to Howard. All right. Congrats to her. Yes, HBCU pride. So it's going to be a 6-month grand jury investigation. So don't get excited, y'all. Don't start thinking that somebody going to jail next week, because it ain't going to happen. 6 months. Now, they say that this is longer than normal. But the thing about a grand jury is they don't just hear one case. They hear multiple cases, and then they make a decision about whether there's enough evidence there to indict. Also, remember that with the types of charges that they are looking at, it may not necessarily be him. It may be the people around him, because if he did a good enough job of insulating himself, then he can he can claim deniability. And unless they have him on tape or have some sort of documentation where the lawyers told him certain things or the accountants told him certain things and he responded, I don't care, do it anyway, or well, let's do this, then he may or may not get caught up. It may be his organization. It may be people that worked for him. And so, for example, let's remember the charges that, well, at least so, as far as we know, the charges that I say as far as I know, he's been accused of overinflating the value of property and businesses for the purposes of getting loans, and then underinflating those same businesses and properties in order to get tax breaks. So if he can say, well, my accountants did that, I didn't know anything about it, I didn't have nothing to do with it, and they don't have any type of proof to connect him to it, then it very well could be that those people get indicted, but not him. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of evidence they have. Excuse me. What kind of evidence they, excuse me, y'all. What kind of evidence that they have. And who, if anybody, gets indicted. Now, my boy Jack McCoy from Law and Order has a very famous line. If you are a Law and Order enthusiast as I am, you know what I'm talking about. Jack McCoy said that he can get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich, okay? So the indictment from the grand jury is not necessarily the impossible task, but it's what comes after that. So, but it's absolutely a first step and a needed step. If you can't get an indictment, then you can't get nothing else. Okay, so you can't claim ignorance, can you? Folks go to jail all the time for tax reasons, right? But they have to be able to prove that the person knew. You see what I'm saying? Yes, people go to jail for taxes all the time, but a lot of times in those cases, those people knew. They just either ignored it or they didn't pay the fines or whatever the situation is. Yes, you can claim ignorance to a certain extent, but you also have to remember too, whether we like this or not, whether we like this fact or not, he is a former president. And people are going to be very hesitant without certain evidence to put a former president in jail. So the standard is not necessarily going to be the same. Whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not, it just is what it is. And it's not even about him as much as it's about the optics. So, yes, people go to jail all the time for things with their taxes. But, like, for example, I use the example of Wesley Snipes. They sent him letters. He knew. He just didn't do anything about it. Like you may or may not have read Steve Harvey's book, but he spoke about when he messed up his money, and he got his accountant stole money from him, and all kinds of stuff happened to him, and he got them letters from the IRS saying, "Sir, you need to pay us," or ... And he jumped on it. He said that's when he started touring again. That's when he started doing the radio show. Like, that's when he started picking up 4 and 5 jobs, because he was like, oh no, I'm not going to jail. I'm going to pay this bill. But so again, but again, ignorance is no excuse either. But I'm just saying, before they would, at least this is what I have read. Okay, that's where the hesitancy would come. How long before they flip on him? New York jails are not the country clubs. Well, I really think a lot of people that know will flip on him. One, he no longer, see, a lot of those people that could have flipped on him when he was president didn't, because he promised them, what did he tell them? He said, listen, just ride it out and I'm going to pardon you. And that's what he did. He pardoned like 2 or 3 people who didn't snitch. But he doesn't have that ability anymore. So you can no longer say that to me, say, oh, well, ride it out, and I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm, just ride it out. Do what you got to do. But I'm going to pardon you. I'm going to get you a lesser sentence. So I'm going to get you out of jail. He doesn't have that in his back pocket anymore. So ain't nobody going to jail for Trump. Ain't nobody going to jail for him. I think that would be a notch on someone's belt, putting a president in jail. That ensures a great political career to demonstrate how hard. Not necessarily, Xavier. Again, it depends on what it is you're trying to do. As much as we don't like it, he still has a lot of fans. He still has a lot of people that are rocking for him. So, yes, depending on what it is you're trying to do, it could be a really good notch on your belt, or not so much. But clearly those people up in New York ain't worried about that. Like, they're definitely going to move forward. But I'm not talking about so much the prosecutors as I'm talking about the jury. I'm not talking about the prosecutors so much as I'm talking about the jury. You get the wrong jury, they may be hesitant. Doesn't mean that they don't like him or they don't think he's guilty. They just may be hesitant. That's all I'm saying. There's no such thing as a secret pardon, Xavier. Well, let me rewind that. I'm not aware of it being such thing as a secret pardon. I don't know everything, so child, it could be. Ooh, y'all hear that thunder? Orange Face SquarePants is going to say he trusted his accountants, lawyers, and other advisors. Exactly. He would be throwing everyone in it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Aunt Didi. Exactly. Tracy, no, I don't think so. Nope, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, Robert, I saw it. I saw that a while ago. But I don't think so. I don't think Cuomo will pardon him. I really don't. Cuomo got his own problems to worry about. Oh, that thunder shaking your house? Yeah, honey. I heard that thunder. I got caught in that storm earlier. That's what he kept talking about shortly before. Yeah, he was talking about all that stuff, but like I said, to my knowledge, now we know that things have happened and but to my knowledge, that is not something that he can do. To my knowledge. Now, again, I don't know everything. The Trump administration has shown me that if there's a loophole to find, they will find it and they will use it. So I can't say it can't happen or it doesn't exist. I'm just saying, to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But I know what he was talking about. Yeah, Cuomo got his own problems to worry about. I don't think he even trying to get involved in that. If Cuomo were a Republican, then I would be a little more concerned about it. But I don't see Cuomo doing that. Nope. And if Cuomo is, I don't know because he's not stepping down. They would have to remove him from office or wait till the next election. But even if that happens, New York ain't putting no Republican in that seat. No, ma'am. So I don't think so. Ooh, look at the thunder. Yeah, I don't know if it's about to storm again. So if for whatever reason I lose connection or something like that, I'll see y'all tomorrow. But I don't think so. Now, yesterday, we talked about the situation down to the View. So today, it was reported by TMZ. Now, listen, I have my reasons why I don't be rocking with TMZ like that because, I'm still holding a grudge against TMZ for what they did to my mayor for life when he died. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's personal. But I can't deny the fact that TMZ be getting it right and they be getting some good sources and they usually the first one to report something, okay? They have got some great sources, okay? But allegedly, because I still got to say allegedly, girl, Lauren, ABC News president held emergency meeting after Meghan McCain and Joy Behar's heated exchange. Meghan reportedly stormed out after feeling attacked. Isn't that her favorite word? Isn't that the white woman whistle, dog whistle? I feel attacked. Let me read it. Let's get into it. Meghan McCain and Joy Behar went at it over the controversial topic earlier this week. We know what they talked about. Kim Godwin was reportedly so concerned about the back and forth that she called a last-minute meeting with the daytime talk show co-hosts and producers in an effort to improve the behind-the-scenes culture, according to reports. The network also reportedly received an overflow of messages for Meghan McCain to be fired. Now, I have a little bit more tidbit here and there. Let me go ahead and share. First of all, you guys are familiar that over the summer, ABC had this whole scandal with the woman. I forget the woman's name, but some emails came out about her, and she had made some racist comments about Sonny Hostin, and I want to say Robin Roberts, but don't quote me on that, but another black woman over to ABC News. And she was directly over, I think, that division. She wasn't the head of the network, but she was directly over that division. Of course, she was fired, but it did expose some things, and Sherri Shepherd went public over the summer and said, this is the woman, she's part of the reason why. She's part of the reason why I haven't been back on The View, because, me and her had a situation and she banned me from The View. And shortly after this woman was fired, Sherri Shepherd was back on The View as a guest. So it stands to reason that there was some validity in what Sherri was saying about her being banned from coming on the show. Because it had been a few years before that. Y'all heard that thunder? Child. So Kim, I want to get the woman's name right. Kim Godwin, she was made head of ABC Studios. So she's the head. First black woman to ever hold that position to run a major network. And so she called this meeting. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. It wasn't your immediate supervisor that called the meeting. It wasn't even your supervisor over the supervisor that called the meeting. It was the damn CEO of the whole company. In this case, the head of ABC Studios that called this meeting. Okay? That says a lot already. Because I'm sure Kim got a whole lot more things on her plate than to worry about what the women down to The View are doing or not doing. Can y'all hear this thunder? Woo! I'm waiting for the lightning, because the lightning coming next. I took it off my DVR lineup. There are more professional Republican women out there in the world. How about Anna Navarro or S.C. Coop? Meghan and her conspiracy theories need to go. Listen, all right, so I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. Give me shelter, and if I don't, remind me. Barbara Fadida. Yeah, that's the woman who. Thank you, Zara. That's the woman who got fired. Who they found her emails, and she had made some racist comments about Sonny. She called Sonny ghetto and things of that nature. And it wasn't just because she called Sonny ghetto. It was in the context of what she said. Let me be clear. I love Thunder and Rain too, Lauren. I love to just lay and listen to. I love it. I love the Thunder and Rain. Yeah, low rent. Yeah, thank you, Zara. I appreciate your help, because I don't remember all of the details, but I know that the emails were very racist in what she said about her. And Sonny had even there were some things that were happening behind the scenes that we didn't know about until all of this was made public. So there was a Zoom meeting. So they weren't like in the office together. It was a Zoom meeting, because the View is still not coming in. They're still broadcasting from their homes. So it was a Zoom meeting, and in the conversation, from what I have heard, I've listened to a few videos. I'm gonna tell you who it is. There's a YouTuber. It's called My View, My Opinion. Is the YouTube channel My View, My Opinion, and it's all her. Everything is just about The View. Everything she puts on that. She has more than one YouTube channel, but that particular YouTube channel is all about The View. And so I listened to her report earlier, and from the report that she got, and TMZ is reporting as well, Meghan at some point during the Zoom call, Sarah's the only one that's going in the studio. At some point during the Zoom call, got her ass up and walked out, saying that she was feeling attacked. So in my mind, all I could see was damn Nene when she walked off at the reunion, and how ridiculous that was. You know what I'm saying? That she walked off A Zoom call. How you see? Oh yeah, Anna and Meghan used to be friends. I don't think they're friends anymore. Because I think when Anna started coming on the show and guest hosting, when who was it that was out? Well, she started coming on Fridays because y'all know Whoopi don't be there on Fridays. So she started, and then it got to the point where she was sort of a regular on Fridays. Anna, I think, because Anna was coming on the show before Meghan started on the show. And at one point in time, you know, Anna is very much a Republican. But she's one of those Republicans that could separate being a Republican from Trump. She is not a Trump person at all. She's still very conservative and she's still very much a Republican. But she's in the same line of a Morning Joe where she's like, listen, right, and that's the thing. I don't always agree with Anna, but I love Anna Navarro. First of all, I love her personality. I think she has a really nice. I think she's funny, quirky, and all that good stuff. I think she's true to who she is. She's knowledgeable in what she's saying. But the one thing I love, the same thing I love about Anna that I've been giving Joe Scarborough props for is I can separate the bullshit. I don't have a problem with Republicans. I don't. I have a problem with this new breed of Republicans. We were talking about this earlier on. It's Tabitha's channel, and she was talking about there needs to be a checks and balances put in place after Trump. And I was like, the problem is there is a checks and balances in our government. The whole Constitution is built on checks and balances. The problem with what's happened in the last 4 years is people who were in power were more dedicated to Trump and to party than they were to their oath. And that's the problem. And that's one of the things that frustrates El Teddy and other people because, oh, well, I'm sorry you didn't get a text, sir. But I'm glad you're here. But people like Biden, who's been in Congress for so long, he's used to dealing with Republicans who can at some point concede certain things. And they will be more dedicated to upholding the Constitution and upholding the oath that they took than necessarily party. And they can come to the table and they can give a little bit, and the Democrats give a little bit, and they know how to negotiate. And part of the problem that people are having with Biden is that they're trying to get him to understand you're not dealing with those Republicans anymore. The Republican Party has been taken over by this new breed of people. El Teddy, thank you. And if I'm misspeaking, you tell me if I'm misspeaking for you. But you're not dealing with those Republicans that you used to be able to negotiate with, and y'all could sit down and have a civilized conversation, and you give a little and he give a little, and y'all are able to come up with an agreement. You are dealing with this new Republican Party that started with the Tea Party during Obama's administration, and their whole goal was to just obstruct what Obama was doing. And it has evolved into these Trumpsters and to these people who are towing that line. And so you are trying to negotiate in good faith with people who have no intention of negotiating in good faith. You see what I'm saying? And so that's part of the problem. It's, in my opinion, it's not just the checks and balances are off. The checks and balances work. They've worked for the last 200 years. The problem is you don't have people that are about upholding the law anymore. It's not even about that anymore. And that's the problem. Biden's mind is not in 2021. I don't know what year's in his head. Well, he, unfortunately, and here's the problem. I liked Biden, but you will never hear me say that I felt like Biden was the answer. I felt like Biden was the best option. And that's two different things. I like Biden. I do. Y'all know I like Biden. But I've liked Biden for a very long time. And Biden, he'll tell you himself that this should have been his son. Hunter was supposed to carry the torch, and unfortunately he passed away. But I honestly believe, and this is just in my opinion, and political scholars can disagree with me, and that's fine. If anybody other than Biden got the nomination, I think Trump wins. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but we'll never know. But I honestly think, I don't think Bernie would have done it. And I don't think anybody other than Bernie would have come close. If anybody else could have done it, it might have been Bernie. But I don't think anybody else comes close to beating Trump. I just don't. And I don't think Bernie does it. They need to stop bringing knives to gunfights. Facts. I think Obama lost Tim because he tried to operate thinking the Republicans would be willing to work with him, and their goal was to obstruct and make him a one-term president. Who was Tim? Tim who? What Tim we talking about? I don't know what Tim we talking about. I also agree about the other candidates, especially Bernie. Yeah, that's just my opinion. We only have one option because the deplorable party is completely nuts. Yeah, now, listen, don't even get me started on what the Democrats need to do, child. Anyway, but yeah, so let's get back to Meghan. We done went down a rabbit hole. Let's get back to this whole situation with Meghan. So the problem, because it's funny because I had this conversation with Carlos King over on Instagram today. And when I say I had this like, we ain't friends, I ain't like that with Carlos King, but he made a comment, I made a comment, and he sort of responded, and it was a good conversation. But his mindset was, this is just good TV, get over it. And I was like, see, you're thinking as a reality TV producer. Yes, it's good for ratings because people are going to tune in to see when the next fight is going to be. But as someone who's been watching The View from its inception, I've been through all the evolutions of The View. I know we got to have the conservative voice. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I don't hate all Republicans. There's some things I even agree with the Republicans on. Let's be clear. My problem is with her. She's nasty. She's a brat. She's rude. She's disrespectful, and I don't enjoy her being on the show. It's not because she's a conservative. It's not because she's a Republican. It's her. It's her personality. She could be saying the same thing on the other side of the aisle, and I would feel the same way about it because it's her. I haven't agreed with everybody on this show except for Whoopi. Now, that's a lie. I don't even agree with Whoopi all the time, but y'all know y'all better not say nothing bad about Whoopi because I love Whoopi, okay? But I don't agree with Whoopi every time she opens her mouth. Absolutely not. I don't. Meghan is very entitled and hides under her father's name. She absolutely does. Now, her father was one of those Republicans that Biden was used to working with. McCain, although he was a Republican and he was very much dedicated to his party, you remember when they were voting on trying to get rid of Obamacare, and he was the deciding vote. And he was literally on his deathbed. He got on a private jet. He flew to Washington, D.C. to vote against it, knowing that his vote was the deciding vote. And if he didn't vote, they were going to get what they wanted. And if he voted and he voted the way he wanted to vote, he would be able to stop it. And his party was going to be pissed off at him. He didn't care. He did it anyway. I'm not saying that Senator McCain was this wonderful person and I agree with everything he did, but that's an example of him saying, listen, this is not about party. This is bigger than party. You know what you understand what I'm saying? Meghan is one of those who deny their racism, cannot reason with that kind. Well, Meghan is one of those people that, first of all, she just wants to argue. She just likes to, everything is in a fucking argument. And with her, everything has to be an argument. It just does. And if she chooses not to engage in the argument, then she has this attitude like it's beneath her to discuss it. So, for example, if they're talking about anything dealing with sex, she gets this whole prudish, oh my gosh, my mother-in-law watches this show. I am not going to talk about my sex life on TV. I'm not going to discuss my sex life. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I am not doing that. Like, she has this whole air like it's beneath her, right? But you'll sit there and argue about everything. Like, the topic could be, hell, I can't even think of nothing, child. The topic could be that Nike released a new shoe. I don't know. And she will turn it into a whole... She will find these facts about something Nike did 20 years ago and how the Republicans tried to put a bill on the floor to stop Nike from doing it. And the Democrats stopped it. And now we got to deal with Nike releasing new shoes. The fuck? What are you talking about? We're talking about the new shoe we're talking about the new Yeezys. What are you talking about, man? What are you see what I'm saying? Like, that is annoying as hair. She did that when they were talking about sex ed using porn as a learning tool. Right. It's just, she does it all the time. So anyway, I find it interesting because here's the thing. If the reports are accurate, what is the consequence? Because I don't think any of us in any job, unless we work for ourselves, where you get called into the principal's office, because that's what that was. You having to have a meeting with the head of the network to discuss how your ass is acting at work. That's the equivalent. And you get up from the meeting and you walk out of the meeting. Who gets to do that and get away with it? Exactly, Zara. She only wants to talk about what she's prepped on. You're absolutely correct. Because you notice whenever there's a topic, she be ready for it, honey. She got her notes and she starts reading from her notes. I wish Whoopi would cuss her out. Well, Whoopi has. I mean, she hasn't like cussed her out on camera, but Whoopi has gotten her together a couple of times on camera, child. Exactly, Give Me Shelter, what she thinks she knows. So I don't know. The reality of the situation, though, is Meghan has been behaving badly since she got there. Again, if you go back and listen to my view, my opinions, YouTube channel, or she does a podcast as well. She's talked about some of the things that's happened behind closed doors, even to the point where Sonny has actually gotten a lawyer because Meghan was spreading rumors about her or something about that. And Sonny has actually had to get a lawyer and go to HR. She tried to get one of the makeup artists who's been there like for 20 years fired because she liked a tweet that was about her. That was a negative tweet about her. Somebody else. It was somebody else she got into it with. So like there are things that have been going on. Hey, watermelon sugar. That have been going on. So the question is, when is enough enough? What is enough for you to get fired at this point? When is enough enough? You know. But I think you're right. Make Anna Navarro permanent would be great. Or S.E. Coop is good because S.E. Coop is another young Republican. So she would be good. And I don't always agree with her either, but she used to come on Bill Maher a lot. I haven't watched Bill Maher in a while, so I don't know if she still comes. Hey, Queen Diva, how you doing, baby? I don't know if she still comes on Bill Maher regularly or not, but she used to be a regular. She was one of the Republican talking heads that would come on Real Time with Bill Maher. Comes on HBO on Friday nights. So I have not kept up with where she is the last few years, but she is a young Republican. So she brings that sort of mindset, and she's in that demographic. She would be in the same demographic as Meghan, like age-wise, I think. I think they're probably within 5 years of each other age-wise, I think. S.C. Coop might be a little bit younger. Tara Setmeyer, I'm not real familiar with her. She was only a few weeks ago. Yeah, she was. She was saying Sonny was behind the leaks on her bad behavior. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Right. All of us would have been fired. Hell, you saw what happened to Nene. Nene walked off the reunion. You saw what happened to her. I'm not saying that was the only reason why Nene left the show, but I'm just saying it wasn't a good look. It was not a good look. And I can't imagine that it was a good look for you to walk out of a meeting with the head of the damn studio that was called about your behavior to begin with. Like, that ain't a good look either. Mary Matlin? I don't know. S.E. Cooper's best friends with Meghan, but money talks. Watched S.E. on Bill Maher, and she's anti-Trump and these Republican legislators. She was on with April Waters. S.E. shut it down. She was so good. Yeah, I've seen her a few places here and there. So I know she's not a Trumper. I do know that. I know she's not a Trumper. But again, she falls in with that category of Republicans who can separate the Republican Party from the Trump train, right? No, can't. I can't do Candace Owens every day. I cannot. I cannot. Because remember, Candace is a Trumper. I can't do her. I cannot. Sorry, I can't. I can do a Republican. I don't want a Trump Republican. I cannot. I can't do it. And let's not forget, Meghan's husband is a Trump Republican. So she can sit up here and play those games if she wants to and pretend that she wants to. Meghan McCain's husband is a Trump Republican. It is very public Trump Republican. That's where some of them talking points be coming from. They come from him. Let's be clear. They come from him. Anyway, hey, Lamone. Hey, boo. Yeah, I can't do Candace Owens. No, ma'am. Like I said, bring me a Republican, but I don't want a Trump Republican. Sorry, I can't. I can't do a Trump Republican. I can't. All right. So let's get into this next story. So listen. Here's what you cannot do. Here's what you cannot do. Well, you know, Anna and Meghan were friends at one time too. So yeah, S.C. Coop, you know, listen, money talks, bullshit walks, okay? Here's what you cannot do. Oh, that was you that said you didn't get a text? My bad, King Retro. I'm sorry. I don't know who these people are. My bad, Damon. So, here's the thing. You cannot start the war and then get the whole country involved in your war and then decide you want to wave the red flag or the white flag of surrender and it's supposed to just be okay and everybody go back to what they was doing. You don't get to do that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't get to come on here and accuse T.I. and Tiny of all of these things, get all of these women coming out of the woodwork, accusing T.I. and Tiny of all of these things, whether they're guilty or innocent. I'm not getting into that. I don't know, don't care. Well, I mean, I care, but don't know. And now all of a sudden you want to say, well, if y'all just apologize, I'll just drop everything. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This train is running. No. Well, they said they were friends. So I'm sorry. They said they was friends. So Sabrina Peterson, the woman who started all it, and when I say started it, we know that there have been rumors around for a while about T.I. and Tiny. So let's be clear. But when I say started this whole firestorm, when she went live a few months ago talking about what T.I. and Tiny did and her involvement with it. And then we had Shekinah call herself defending T.I. and Tiny, but only make the situation worse. And then you started having all of these people coming out of the woodwork. And now you got lawyers involved. You got charges. You got all kinds of stuff going on. And now she wants to go live down to her Instagram and talk about if they got 7 days to apologize and admit what they did, and she will drop the lawsuit. Ma'am, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Now, it sounds like she might have got a visit in the middle of the night by some people in some masks. I don't know. It sounds like she might have had a conversation with some people in the middle of the night, sitting on her couch when she came downstairs to get her some water out the refrigerator, get her little midnight snack. They were sitting there flicking their bic, flicking the lighter, waiting for her to show up, and they had a conversation. That's what it sounded like had happened with Sabrina. But, ma'am, that is not how this works. You got people all over the country now, women and men, jumped on the bandwagon. You got Nevada looking at them. You got, well, LA said that the statute of limitations is up, so they ain't got nothing to do with it. You got what's that lawyer? The lawyer that always defends everybody. You got her involved. Ma'am, you don't get to change your mind. Now the reality is, if she refuses to testify, that might change some things. But you don't get to change your mind. No, ma'am. That's not how that works. The way T.I. and Tiny were demanding to know the names of the accusers made me nervous for the women. Child. Sounds like her lawyer pointed out her sinking with the ship. Can I just say, for the record, I never trusted her. Listen, a lot of people didn't trust her. I don't think so. Sounds like she was mad at T.I. and them, got to spinning lies, and then truth started spinning, and then she realized she was implicated. Right, you put all this out there. You can't unring that bell. Now, if nobody else had jumped on the bandwagon, if this had just been her throwing out accusations and no other women got involved and no lawyers had gotten involved, and then she just came back down to the Instagram and was like, y'all, I was tripping. I was mad. I was in my feelings. My bad. Yeah, then we would have forgot about it and we would have moved on. But too much has happened since you came out here saying what you said. Too much has happened, ma'am. You don't get to unring that bell. I'm sorry. And I'm sure some of the abused women are going to look like they're crazy as well now that she's backpedaling. Right. Now, she never said that she lied. She just said if they apologize and admit what they did, she would drop the lawsuit. Now, she's not saying she lied. She ain't saying she lied. She's just saying she kind of want to be over with. That's what it sounds like to me. And like I said, it sounds like she got a visit in the middle of the night by some people in some hoods. And she's like, that's what it sounds like. Right. She wants an apology for what they did to her. And let's remember, going back to the beginning of this, she admitted that she was a part of it. She said that she helped recruit the women. So there is some level of guilt that she admitted to as well. I just find this interesting. Sounds like she got paid off. That's what I was hearing from other people reading comments and stuff, that people think that she got paid off. I don't know, y'all. Listen. Listen. Y'all know I have not said a whole lot about this story because it's messy and it's a whole lot of. So I was waiting for the smoke to clear and see what was gonna happen and what it was and what it wasn't. But it's definitely a whole lot of y'all. A whole lot of. It's just not a good look. Shekinah and Uncle Willie on the witness stand. Listen. I don't never want Shekinah on the witness stand for me. Never, ever. No, ma'am. No. Don't defend me. Don't say nothing for me. Don't pretend. Matter of fact, we just pretend like you didn't know. You don't know me. You wasn't there. I didn't involve you. Matter of fact, you can just deny me altogether. Just pretend like we weren't even friends. What's up, Juggernaut? Just pretend like we weren't even friends. Juggernaut, do me a favor. Why? Oh, he can't do it. Do I have a mod in here? Can y'all drop that the link? What's it? Put it in the chat, Juggernaut. RAS. What's it? Rasa Klatz. I don't know why I can't. Put it in the link. And if she drops it, she opens it up. Right. That's the problem. If she drops the lawsuit after this, now she's opening herself up to a whole world. And that's what T.I. and Tiny want, because I believe they will sue the hell out of her. I believe they will sue the hell out of her. All right, y'all. Y'all remember the other day I was telling you guys about, y'all go to that website, rastaclat.com, and it has the bracelets I was showing you guys the other day. There's a 40% Cold. Juggernaut. What's up, King? King Retro, I didn't know that was you. My bad. What's up, bro? There's a 40% code. How long is it? Just for the weekend? How much longer does the code last? I think it's for the weekend. And the code is Juggernaut. So y'all go to the website. Ebby dropped it. Thank you. That's the website. Y'all put in Juggernaut. Y'all go ahead and get y'all some stuff. I ordered me some stuff today. I ordered me some Father's Day stuff. Y'all go check it out. But yeah. So that's it right there, y'all. I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on it because, listen, you don't just get to change your mind. You don't go out here accusing people of the kinds of things you accuse them of, and all of this other stuff has happened, and now you like, but I don't want to be involved. But I still think she got a visit by some people in the middle of the night with a ski mask on. I'm just saying. Juggernaut for 40% off. That's it right there. Juggernaut for 40% off. So y'all go over there and check it out. Y'all support my bro and go get y'all some stuff from over there. Got y'all some bracelets. They have a women's collection, a men's collection. They got Olympics, Major League Baseball, the NBA. They have Pride. They have the zodiac signs. They don't have my sign though. I don't know what that's about, but they do have. It looks like they're going in order of the year because it looks like they have all of the zodiac signs from December until now. So I'm thinking maybe Cancer will pop up when it's Cancer season. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but they don't have all of the signs. But as soon as they have Cancer, I'm going to get it. Anyway, y'all go check it out. So DMX died broke. Is anybody shocked by that information? Who thought DMX had money? Thank you, Juggernaut, for sending my feedback. I appreciate it, sir. Who thought DMX had money? Did anybody? Put a one in the chat if y'all thought DMX had money. Who thought he had some money? The man has been a drug addict his whole life. We have seen his struggles. We have seen his battles. We know he done been to rehab about 40 times. He had 500 kids. I'm exaggerating. He had what? 15 kids? Between 15 and 17 kids. He hasn't put out a project, to my knowledge, in a significant amount of time. He hasn't been acting. Like, who thought he had money? He had a divorce. He ain't had no prenup. Whatever he did have, his ex-wife got. Sir, he doesn't own his masters. Sir, who thought DMX had money? It's sad that once again, we're looking at a man who gave us so much get the short end of the stick. But we've seen it happen a million times, unfortunately. And so it looks like today, then it looks like two of his kids are trying to fight over the estate. There is no estate. Y'all gonna fight over what is left, and it ain't gonna be nothing. If y'all don't go sit down somewhere and have a conversation, because two of his children have filed to be in charge of his estate, and see what they're thinking is that now that he's gone, their estate is going to end up being worth something, so they're fighting for it now. But if he don't own his masters, he's still only going to get pennies on the dollar of any. I'm sure his music has been selling since he died. I'm sure people have probably repurchased stuff they already owned. I know I did. I know I bought stuff that I already owned, that I repurchased it and all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, he doesn't own his masters. So they're still not going to make that much money. No, that's not true. There was a rumor that Jay-Z and Beyonce were buying his masters to give to the kids, but I read that wasn't true. That wasn't true. Now, that's not to say that we found out that Jay-Z has done a lot of things behind the scenes to not get credit for. So there may have been something that they are doing for the family, because I feel like rumors like that don't just come out of nowhere. But they said that wasn't the case, that they weren't buying his masters. Didn't someone, not a family member, pay for the funeral? Probably. Y'all know we good for dying without life insurance, and then we got to Start GoFundMe to be burying people. Y'all know we good for that. We good for passing around the plate. He breached an acting contract and had to pay the money back. See, and he breached the contract because he probably was too high and strung out to do the job. Because he was a hell of an actor when he was clean. Swiss Beats probably did pay for the funeral. I know Swiss Beats was pissed off at some of the stuff that went on behind the scenes of the funeral. He said that at the funeral. Tax fraud, child support. He had some heavy. Ooh, tax fraud. I didn't know he had tax fraud. Yeah, I knew he had child support. I mean, let's be clear. Even a rich man will be hurting over child support for 15 kids. And not, I mean, a lot of his kids are already legal, but still, I mean, over 18, but still, like, that is a lot. That's just ridiculous. The rumor didn't even make sense. It wasn't even one business after the man died. What you mean, like one business day? No one's getting their hands on those masters worth too much now. Yeah, Def Jam got them masters. Who owns Def Jam now? I don't even know who owns Def Jam now, but you're right. And if they did try to buy them, they would be ridiculous. Like, the time to buy those masters would have been a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, yeah. They most likely want to own the rights to his name for license, trademark, etc. Right. That makes sense. Damn, 14 counts of tax fraud? I missed that one. Sheesh. This is the same issue with Prince's death, not establishing will and power of attorney in case. Listen, I don't understand. Let me tell y'all something. I keep telling y'all this. I don't even have no money. I don't have no money. And I have a will. I have a will. I have my businesses in order. I don't understand people if I had money, I would be even more clear about my intentions. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand people with millions and millions of dollars and don't have their businesses in order. I would never, that just does not compute with me. Oh, I remember the identity theft because he posed as a cop, right? All right, I do remember that. Listen, I still feel like they're going to find a will from Prince somewhere buried in Paisley Park underneath a secret vault in a cave that only he knew existed. I don't know. I refuse to believe that Prince didn't leave something. I'm still not. He was just too protective of his music. He was too protective of his music. I just refuse to believe he did not leave something in order. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but I was shocked. I was shocked that Prince didn't have something. I was very shocked. Could have been invasion, but who knows? The Prince don't. Oh, yeah. I do too, and I don't have shit. Yeah, I mean, listen. And my parents have sat down with us, me and my sister. We know exactly where all of their papers are. We know what it is. We know what it ain't, what it is. I've had that conversation with my family about what my situation is, where my stuff is. Like, and honestly, now that my sister has a child, I'm about to make sure she got her stuff in order. I mean, I don't think she does right now, but I'm going to make sure she does. Because again, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't until I bought my house. Once I bought my house, then I put certain things in order. Because before that, I mean, all I owned was a damn car. Like, I didn't have shit. But now, I have stocks. I have policies. Like, and again, not a lot. I ain't rich by any stretch of the imagination. But people need to know. People need to know. I had to have a hard conversation with my mom. I love her dearly. And I told her, I was like, in the case that I die before you, like, you are in charge of my estate and I want to be cremated. And she was like, well, I don't think I can do that. I said, okay, well, then I'm going to have to change who's in charge because that's what I want. And if you don't think you can do it, then I'll give it to somebody else who can. And it was a hard conversation to have. But that's what I want. So his ex-wife handled his money until they're divorced. Yeah, and I'm sure she took whatever was left. Now there was some question about Aretha and her will. They said that there was like a handwritten will or something. There was an argument over that she did leave something, but it was like handwritten and they weren't sure the validity of it. But again, Aretha ain't leave no money. Aretha ain't leave nothing. This is great, guys. You keep me entertained while I'm doing my psychology summer class. Child. Ooh, psychology. You know, I teach psychology. Ooh. Mm. This world ain't for me. Ooh, boy. A lot of these stars don't have wills, just don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Like I said. And my thing is, y'all have lawyers. Y'all don't even have to do the work. You have lawyers on retainer. Just tell them, make up my will. This is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. I'll sign it. Put it where it needs to be, register where it needs to be registered and put it where it needs to be put. Like, it's not that hard. Abby, what Abby said? I missed it. Oh, thank you, Tally. Oh, Lord, I'm on the countdown. I'm so ready. I'm on the countdown. Graduation was yesterday, and I'm on the countdown. Well, Chadwick, because he married his wife, it would automatically go to his wife. Well, people like Prince who weren't married and Reefa who weren't married, now you got family members fighting and stuff. But in Chadwick's case, I think they put things in place. And the fact that him and his wife were married, I think, but I still feel like he probably should have had something more specific. But I think they got it. You know what? Not went through her purse. What's up, DJ Kool-Aid and Lisa? What's up, y'all? All right, y'all, let me go get off of here. I've been on here for an hour. I'm about to head over to It's Me D. We're doing our live finale for The Masked Singer. We're going to see who these final 4 people are. I think I know who all of the people are. Okay, I think I know who all of the people are. But we're going to go over there. We're going to head over there. Thank you, Juggernaut of Souls. Yes, please make sure on your way out you guys are hitting that like button. I appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, we had 100 people in the room today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go on and hit that button. It's free 99. It don't cost you nothing. Tonight, I don't know what y'all gonna get tonight. I think Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tonight y'all might get. What else come on tonight? Something else. I know the New Jersey finale, but something else comes on tonight. Anyway, we'll see what it is. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. I love The Masked Singer. I do. I'm about to go over there now. All right, y'all.